What's going on, guys? My name is Gammy, aka gamycodes, and this is the first installment of the Frontend Mentor series where I'm going to try to take all the projects from Frontend Mentor and basically do them all in front of you guys, so that way you guys can kind of see my thought process and maybe even give some feedback. That way I can know, okay, well, I should do it this way or I should do code this way. But today I'm going to be working on the social app. It's kind of like a link tree in a way. Oh, how do they do this one right here? So it is right over here. Boom. Nice little link tree kind of a deal going on here with all these buttons. So I think I'm going to use Flexbox for these ones right here, which I am super excited about. And I'm going to be using my image right here. Hello, look who is that, Mr. Handsome right there. That is your boy, Gammy Gams. So let's get started. What I want to do is first start off with my style sheets. So I'm going to get new folders right over here. One is going to be one is going to be CSS, and I'm going to start off by using my styles.css. Now I'm assuming that those who are watching, and speaking of, or I actually have a lot of things on my mind. First off, I'm going to create a new reset.css file that's going to make sure that... So the reset.css file is going to make sure that I'm able to... How do you say this? And this is what a reset.css file looks like right over here. So basically what that's going to do is that's going to reset all the styles. So if I go from a Internet Explorer browser, I don't even know if they have Internet Explorer anymore, to Google Chrome, to Mozilla Firefox, that all the styles are going to be pretty much similar. Also, like any additional margins that the browser has, it's kind of weird, it takes it away. I'm going to create also a CSS file. That's what I was going to say. I'm assuming that people who are watching this hopefully have somewhat of a background in at least in building some sort of websites, but let me know. I mean, I could probably start creating tutorials from the very ground up, like, hey, this is how you start off Visual Studio Code, this is how you make a div. But let me know if that's something you guys are interested in. I don't know how big this channel is going to be, but this is more to share my thought process on, hey, this is how I do the code. Things along that nature. So reset.css right here. Actually, no, it would be CSS slash reset.css, and then I'm going to do this doohickey right here, and then styles.css. I want this is kind of the bare bones kind of thing. I'll keep this right here just to have it. I don't know, sure. I'm probably gonna put front-end developer.avid read. I'm not that much of an avid reader, so I might not put that. Like, I'll probably put front-end mentor in, or front-end developer and skate enthusiast, something like that. That fits my brand a little bit better. But let's see. I'm also using pre-pros, just to give a fair warning. So with pre-pros, I'm able to take the SCSS files, and because you have to compile the SCSS to CSS, so I use pre-pros in order to make it happen. I hope it makes it easy, but let me see here. Alright, so we should be able to do it. So if I do, like, say H1 and I want color red, I should be able to do that automatically. And then, so if we look at our styles.css, there we go. It's able to transpose that automatically. I want to close the... So we're going to be using SCSS for this. Now, the thing about pre-pros, there's two things that are awesome about it. Number one, it's free. But the thing that I hate about it is that if you are unregistered like I am, it's free, but it's just gonna keep popping up every, like, I think 5 minutes. I don't know how long it's gonna keep popping up, so we're gonna see that pop up a lot. But I do want to create real quick an H1 hello world. And I do want to see if it pops up red, and if it does, we are on a good start. Well, here's the deal. I also forgot that I have to actually get an extension of live server, so we're on a great start. I thought I had everything prepared, but I do not, so I have to install live server, by the way. So one of the things that happened was my computer got stolen not too long ago, along with my car, which can't write it, but yeah, so my car got stolen with my computer right after I finished General Assembly. And with my computer being stolen, it's like, okay, I have to now download everything, and I totally forgot about the live server. That it's an extension that I have to add to it, because I added Emmet, but I forgot about live server because I've been using React so much. So let me know if you guys want to see what you guys want to see in React. But yeah, I've been using React so much, so we are going to wait for it to install. I think live server is already installed. I am super stoked about that. So let us open with live server and see what happens. Allow. I want everything to be shown, and so here's what we got right now. This is what it looks like. We have hello world, and the previous reset CSS file that I had on my because I remember I had everything saved on my other computer. I had my reset CSS, I had all these things. This is number one. This is why you guys should upload to GitHub, because if you upload to GitHub, then these files stay with you. Oh, actually, I do have it uploaded to Git. I do have these uploaded to GitHub, so I need to actually take a look at my GitHub. But always upload to GitHub, because then your if your computer gets stolen, you at least have that cloud. But for now, I'm totally fine with this. The margins are good. I just went on a rant for no reason whatsoever, so let's just get started, yeah? So, alright, so I want to get started with the main. And the main's going to hold all of my stuff right here. The main's also going to hold my, what is this thing? What do we call this thing? We call this the links. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this main right here on SCSS. I'm gonna have this main. I know I want to have this min height of 100 dph, and the reason why I'm using dph is because that is the viewport height, or dynamic viewport height. This was done by Kevin Powell, so I want to try that. First time actually using DVH. I should have used it for my last project, which was a game, but I didn't. Oh well. I'm going to use it right now, so I really want to see how it interacts on mobile devices. I also do have this style guide right here, which does have all these colors, so I want to use that as well. Right now I'm going to copy and paste it. It's going to look janky right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here, and this is the cool thing I like about the really cool thing I like about SCSS rather than CSS. It's just the ease of using variables. I know you can use it with CSS, but I just got used to it, so that's what I'm using. White is going to be this color right here. And the way I name my variables, Frontend Mentor, the cool thing about Frontend Mentor is they've named variables already for me, which makes my life like a lot easier, you know? The less I have to do, easier life is. Now the cool thing about this today is that I don't want to, because I just talked about the ease of life, and with ChatGPT it's made my life a lot easier as far as coding, but for now I just want to focus on myself and my skills. So So we're not gonna be using, or we're gonna try as best not to use ChatGPT. I think I will go on W3 schools to get the button sounds, but I think that's about it. Sweet. All right. Let me use format document and see what that does for me. Great. I have all of these right here. So I want the background color. I know I want the background color to be off gray. And I'm gonna use background color property to do off gray. And let's set that up and see what. And I want to see how that live server is interacting. So let's see. Nothing yet. Let's see. Oh yeah, I didn't save it. So save. And I want to see what happens. I should have a background of dark off gray. There we go. See. Look at that. We're off to a great start. Beautiful. All right. Next what I want to do is I want to grab the fonts. So with that being said, what I can do is go to Google Fonts right here. I'll copy this. I'll go right here to my Google Fonts. Paste that over. And the way I get my Google Fonts is I go The way I get my Google Fonts is I just get font right here. I want to get the embedded code. Let me see how I do this right here. Okay, sweet. So this is the link. So what I like to do, I think there is a better way to do this, but for now I just like to do this easy. So I like to copy all this right here and put it at the top right before these style sheets. That way I can format that font. And now I can, where am I at? See, this is why I do like talking to you guys, because I kind of can organize my thoughts. Or at least it's forcing me to organize my thoughts right now, because I could see myself getting into a headspace where, oh dang, Gammy just got in a weird headspace right now, but I'll be alright. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let's take a look real quick. Or actually, let me see. What did I just do? This is where. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to have it. So here's what I just did. I just imported the font family over to my HTML file, and now I added the font family over to the main. So now everything should have that font family. Sweet. We are in a great spot right now. I'm looking forward to it. Now, what I want to do is let me see my font widths real quick. Sure. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add some classes for font weights. I usually do this right here. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So FW 400 is going to equal to font weight 100. And then what other weights did I have? I had 600 and 700. So I'm going to do that. 600 and 700. I just do that. The way to do that in Visual Studio Code is Shift Alt and then down. If you're in Visual Studio Code and you want to do just what I did, you hover over or you highlight and then Shift Alt down. Right now it's kind of just muscle memory at this point. So Alright, and the hard part now is naming the entire things. So I want to name this. So I'm going to name this card. Is this the most semantic HTML of all time? Probably not, but it's going to do the job. For my document. Okay. So here's exactly how I'm going to do this. I know I want, on the main, I want padding 24 pixels, just in case, because I do want it to be centered. So I want the padding to be 24 pixels all around. I want the card. Dot card. So I want to select the card class. I want to do this. I want the card to be a width of 100%. I want the padding to be, let me see here. I actually do have the Figma file right over here. So let me double check on that real quick. I'm going to drag it over here. I know there's a lot going on right here, so it takes a little bit of time, but let's see. I have the colors. Alright, I don't need all that. There we go. There we go, let's go in, and then what I want to see is, I want to see how it's lagging on me right now, but let me see here. Okay. 40 pixels. Okay, so it looks like it's 40 pixels, so it looks like it's 40 pixels here. So I'll do that. Actually, I should use REM. So, come on, Gammy, focus. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do fonts. So here's what I'm gonna do. I know it is 16. I know. So for the body, I want to do font size. Font size is going to be 16 pixels, or actually, yeah, 16 pixels. So with that, I want to have the padding, padding 24. What's 24 divided, or what's 24 divided by 16? 24 divided by 16? 1.5. 1.5 EM, and then after this point, it's gonna be padding on this one. 40 divided by 16. 2.5 R. 2.5 EM. Padding is 2.5 EM. I need my coffee so bad right now, but it's all right. We're here. Make sure you have your closing tags good. Okay, so with that being said, I want that width to be 100%. I might need to fix the width on the main for a little bit, but we'll see. Max width, I want max width. Let's just set that at 256 pixels. Why not? Most likely people are going to be watching this on, or let's do 546. Most likely people are going to be watching this on the mobile device if I ever do a link tree. It's going to be like on Instagram and stuff like that. So I don't need it to be super big, but I just want the max width to be that. Also for the main, I want it to be flexbox. So display, flex, and then I want to justify content center. And I want to align my items to center. Align items. Perfect. And I do want to see how this looks right now so far. Let me see here. Where is it at? Here we go. And let's take a look right now. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to add a background to that. So even if it is showing, it's not going to show the card. So I want the background color to be, what color is it going to be? That is off gray, so what I'm probably going to do is I want to do dark gray. Let me just see the stage real quick. Gosh dang, this thing is lagging right now. Okay, let me see. All right, so it looks like it's going to be the off gray. Give me 1 second. Actually, give me 1 second. Let me take a look real quick at a couple things. I'll be right back. All right, let's try this again for the last time because I really don't know why the thing kind of cut off. But we're gonna see. So right here, I have the Figma. All right, where am I at here? I don't even know where I'm at. To be honest with you. Okay, here we are. So this is what it looks like right now, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to split this right here. Normally I have a second screen, but right now, with the way streaming goes, like I have 2 separate screens right here, but the way streaming goes, I can only record 1 screen at a time. I'll figure out another way to do it, but for now, this is what I got. So, let's figure this out because, like I said, I want to kind of. I'm sure you guys want to get done with it. I want to get done with this, so let's do this. Here we have this right over here. Oh yeah. So let's do this. Let's do H3. So let's do H3, and it's gonna do font. So I want to do H3 and I want to do font size. I want to do this. I want to do 2.5 rem. Is it? No. It's 1.5 rem. Riverside, California should not be the H3. This should. Oh no, it's H1. Got it. My bad. H1. Stop. There we go. Camellia Burgos. I want right here. I want the line. Let's see. Maybe if I did this. Hold on, let me see. Line height. 1.5. Because I wonder if that's going to affect. There we go. See. So, because I was wondering if that's going, if I use line height, if it's just gonna, if it's gonna affect the entire div, which it does, which is pretty cool. So, and then what I want to do right here, I on the second one, I think this is text color green, right? So I want to do, just give this a class of text green. Want to do that, perfect. Next one, I want to give this a class of text white. Text white, let's go. Let's see. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. After what did I do? After I had a malfunction, I did get some coffee, and now I'm feeling a little bit better. So it might be a little bit different in front of the camera, but I am pretty stoked on it. Let's go. Let's do font weight 400 right here. So FW, and it's gonna be 400. And I don't think that's gonna change anything because the font weight's already 400. This one right here is gonna be font weight 600, I believe. Font weight 600. Boom. And now we're ready to go. And then this one, I need a margin, a little bit of a margin. So I'm just gonna do that straight on the H, straight on the top. Normally I would give it a class, or I would actually, what I would do if I was actually doing this in production, I would abstract these two and create a div. But for now, what I want to do easy is I just want to do H3, and I want to do margin bottom of like 1 rem, and just to create that space right there. Perfect. So now it looks a little bit similar. I'm gonna do a little bit more space. I'm gonna do a little bit more space right here. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit more space right over there. And then we're gonna hit that, and then after that we're gonna hit that bottom section right over here. But so far it looks similar, except instead of Jessica Randall's face, it's gonna have Gamy's face. Now, who objectively looks better? Honestly, probably Jessica Randall. But hey, your boy's hanging in there. You know, your boy's trying. All right, so here we go. Let's get this done. Margin bottom. Margin bottom, 1.5 rem. Ooh, something happened there. Something's wrong. Nope, it's good. It's good. It's just something happened with live server. It gets a little bit finicky sometimes. Okay. So now, with this in mind, we have the bottom right here, right? So now we're just gonna have a slot of buttons. I was gonna say some nefarious things, but right now we have a lot of buttons, and then we're gonna have an 8 tag, and we're gonna make it happen. Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. Do I have tabs open? Yeah, I have a lot of tabs open. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to WD schools, and I'm gonna figure out buttons. Now, I think W3 made their own framework. So what I want to do, I think W3 made their own framework, which is pretty interesting. So what I want to do is just figure out how to just go to the CSS buttons. Yeah, just like that. That way I learn how to style the button. So here's what I'm gonna do. Here's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go right here. Give this, we're gonna have a universal style for the whole application of a button. Easy. Boom. But instead of this background, I want the background to be, what do I want the background? I also want the padding to be different as well. So let's do 1 rem for now. Just off the top of my head, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have the background to be gray. Just off the top of my head. Honestly, a lot of this stuff is off the top of my head right now. On is a class. And then here's what I want to do. I'm just gonna do this off the top without seeing it right now. It's just like John Cena. Can't see it. Well, background color will be green. And alright, now I am focused on the code right now. Like, for some reason my mind went off of because I went out yesterday and it was okay, it was cool, but that's another. Yeah, it was cool, it was fun. But yeah, that's where my mind went on to. So that's another story right there. But I'm gonna do this 0.2 seconds, 0.2 seconds. I'm gonna do ease in, ease out, so that way. So that way, whenever I hover over it, it looks okay. I want to do cursor. Cursor is gonna be pointer right here. That way you can see this. The cursor is gonna be pointer. Okay. I'm gonna start with a tag. A tag. I'm gonna do just right here, just like that. I'm gonna give this a class of button. I'm not gonna do the target blank yet. Those of you guys who don't know what target blank is, I'll show you guys in a second. And I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go GitHub. And it doesn't. I don't think it's asking for capitalization. Nope, it's good. So now I know what I want. Okay, sweet. Let's see what happens here. Sweet. That's what we're looking at. I want the font weight to be. I want everyone font weight to be about 600. Sweet. Okay. So we are in a decent spot right now. So here's exactly what I want to do. So here's what I'm looking at right here. I want the top to have a margin bottom of that, so that way we're able to see it. I want the bottom. So what I want to do is I want the bottom to be display flex. I want the flex right. Oh yeah, I didn't test the hover yet, but give me 1 second. Let me test that hover real quick. I want the flex direction to be column. Yeah, and I think I mentioned this in my previous one where I did have a little bit of a conflict with my boss one time. Not a conflict, but just like a disagreement where he does display flex. Like, let me show you guys how he did it, and let me show you guys how I do it. So, like, see, display flex direction column. Cool, nice. So see how I do flex direction column. So now if I just add more here, it just goes like that. And see how the button. See, yeah, see, perfect. The buttons actually do that. Let me figure out how to do nth child selector. So nth last child selector. And I do this all the time whenever I'm doing code. I'm always looking up things. So here's what I'll do. There's ways to do it where you're not doing last child, but I want to do this. I want to do dot button. We'll do margin bottom. Margin bottom. One EM. And then button last. Here's what I'm gonna do. Button last child. The reason why I'm doing it like this, that's just the way my mind works. However, I think it's important that whenever you're working with production, you always got to consider, okay, how do I want other people? It's readable though, so that's the cool thing, but just like this. So if I do this, that means that all these right here are going to have a margin bottom of a little bit, which is exactly like the design, except for You're like, no, I don't like that this green right here is contrast. But is that the way it is? No, it's black. Okay, cool, nice. So let's do that. Or it's not black, but it's a darker color. It's another nefarious color. So let's do the color off gray. Colors off gray, which should be able to do that. There we go. Perfect. Just like that. Easy, 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 easy. I'm pretty stoked. Oh yeah. Dude, my mind just went off because there was a lot of places where my mind went to, and I have no idea where I'm going as far as my conversation goes. No wonder life is the way it is right now. But I'm pretty stoked because I'm talking to you guys right now, and I'm sharing my thoughts, and I'm excited. So here we go. Border radius is gonna cut off a little bit, make it a little bit nice and round. So we'll do a border radius of 0.5 rem, just like this. Perfect. Perfect. We're pretty much almost done here on this thing. So I'm pretty stoked that we finished up this project. The only thing now is to actually have the links and to start testing the links and start to see where these things go. But that's pretty much it. So let's start having these links, yeah? Let's see. Here I have this. Right here. I'm gonna keep this window right over here, that way you guys can see. Perfect. I'm also gonna figure out a way so that way I can just go transition from screen to screen, so that way you guys can always see what I'm doing. But let me see here. Okay, so a couple different ones that I want to have. I want to have my portfolio. I want to have my GitHub and LinkedIn, and then maybe other projects as well. Let's do that. Yeah. With that in mind, let me see. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you guys how to do. I'm gonna show you guys how to. I'm gonna show you guys how to. What am I doing here? Give me a second. I'm sorry. This is great. This is great talking points right here. I mean, like, okay. This is great talking points, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, here's exactly what I want to do. That's gamycodes.com. That's my website right there. So I have my portfolio right here. If I click on that, see how it just goes straight to it, which is cool. It's not bad, but the way you do it in order to make sure that it stays on the page is to do this: target, and it would be underscore blank equals, and it'd be underscore blank. If I remember how to do this correctly, off the top of my head, which that's what I think it is. I'm not sure. I'm gonna reference it if it's not right. Perfect. So now it goes to my portfolio, but it goes to another link, so that way you actually have to go right here and click off that page, which is cool. It's not bad. The fab icon, I'm okay with that. The title, I'll just put Gamela Burgos. And by the way, like I said, thank you so much for, or I didn't say this actually, but thank you so much for the mentor for making these projects possible. It's pretty cool. So it's cool because you get to see these designs, and it's almost like a job where you see these designs and you won't, and it's basically like a job. You see the designs and you want to implement those designs further. So the cool thing about Frontend Mentor is I'm not really much of an idea guy myself, but you see the ideas, you see the concepts, and you want to fulfill those concepts by using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and however else you do these things. I think eventually I want to add some animate on scrolls, which would be pretty exciting, but for now, I just want to give you this. And I just want to create this and be done with it, and that way I can actually work on my client's project. That way I can work on my client's project, which would be pretty cool. But let's see here. All right, we got that straightened up. So we have GitHub, we have LinkedIn, so far. Now, that's what I was saying. I do want to create. So now we have these three right here. Oh, I guess I could put IG as well. Why not? Because you guys know me as gamycodes on Instagram. So now that I have that, I could put it on there. Instagram. And we'll do that. So that gives me 4 links, which gives me a little bit of content to put on there. Makes me want to deploy it. So I should have that deployed by the end of the day. Actually, probably within the next hour I'll have this deployed. Well, it depends, because now that I have this link tree, I have it all made, ready to go. This is it. We're done here. But what I want to do is I want to have a distinction as well. If I could do this, link list, and if I could do this, if I knew how to spell list too, what's gonna happen here? So what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna have 2 link lists right here. I'm gonna have one for the top, and I'm gonna have one for the bottom. I'm gonna have one on the top for my socials. I'm gonna have one on the bottom for projects. One on the top for socials, one on the bottom for projects. So let's do this. That's gonna change a little bit. And I should have uploaded to GitHub as I was going along. That's my bad. Sorry, GitHub. At least you can see I'm doing stuff. That's one of the things. If you guys are looking for jobs, by the way, if you guys are looking for jobs, you gotta have some proof that you're doing work. So always upload to GitHub. Don't be like me and be lazy with it. The more you upload to GitHub, the more recruiters are gonna be like, oh my gosh, you did it. You uploaded to GitHub. Great. I'm of 2 minds. I'm honestly of 2 minds of that. Let's see here. Link list. I'm of 2 minds of that, honestly. These are my thoughts on it. I think that it is good in a way, but I also think that it could be very misleading in a way, because I see a lot of people, if I'm working on a client project, sometimes I don't want to upload that on GitHub. Sometimes. It depends, because there's API keys that I'm messing with and stuff like that. I don't want their project to be open source. So I get it. But I also get that, hey, you need some proof, So that's why I feel like I'm of 2 minds of that. But that's another story. Okay. So with this being said, I want an H3. And I want to say social. And I want to have that. And I want, okay. So right here, I'm going to have an H3 of socials. And bang. And then I want to have the another one of projects, and bang. So with that in mind, the way I'm going to go about this is I could do this. Text align. There's a couple ways I could have gone about this. I'm going to do text align center and just see what happens, because I want everything to be aligned in the center anyways. So I might as well just use text align and then center. And I think Wondershare, the screen recording, just making my computer lag a little bit. So I'm gonna see what I can do as far as either putting up a little more power on this PC, getting a PC with more power, or something. I don't know, because something needs to change as far, or just be more efficient with what I have right now. But right now, see, even the live server is just lagging a lot, and I don't like that. I'm sure you guys don't like that. I'm sure it's gonna be a bit of an issue, but we'll figure it out. And I feel like I already know what I need to do. So I feel like I already know what I need to do, even with the lag. So let me just start tinkering with it, because I know what I need to do. Frick, man, why is it lagging? Here, I'm gonna put one of my first projects is gonna be Guess the Imposter. And we're seeing that it actually works, so that's cool. I have one project called Guess the Imposter. It's not my only project that I have ever made, but it is actually one of my first projects that I made out of GA. And yes, I am a coding bootcamp graduate, for the guys who don't know. I graduated from General Assembly, which is cool. Now I'm just looking for a job, so that's why your boy is here. Sweet. All right. So with this in mind, it's doing what we want it to do. It's doing that hover thing. It's doing this right here. And then we can see on the last child of every single linked list, it's having that margin not be there. So now what I want to do is I'm going to add a margin at the top and the bottom of the H3. I think there's a little bit of padding going on. So let's see, and then eventually I'll change it up. Oh yeah, that's right. So I'm gonna do this margin top 1 rem, and then after I add the margin top, I'm gonna do I want to do color. I want to make that color white. Last thing I want to do is I want to make it a little bit bigger. More like, just like Larissa from, what was it, 90 Day Fiancé, more biggie, you know? Just like that, so a little bit more biggie. Font size, yeah, this is not the way you go about it. Font size. And I'm going to do 1.5 rem. And then after that, I want to format this document, make sure that this thing automatically formats for me. And I should be able to see. All right. And I think this is the design I'm going to go with as far as what I have here. I don't want it to be called socials. I want that to be called projects. And your boys really got to use brush pretty bad. I'm sharing TMI right here. Projects. And yes, that is what I'm doing right here. So that's it. This is it. And I can't wait to see I can't wait to see this on mobile, especially with the like. I think the one thing that I have to see on mobile devices, because I don't know if you guys ever scrolled on what was it, like on mobile when using Google Chrome, and whenever you guys have that little flap on Google Chrome, then it kind of messes with your stuff. But I don't know how to describe it. I know that Kevin Powell does a good job describing me. I'm brand new to the camera. What's up, you guys? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. But what was I gonna say? But DVH is gonna be very interesting to see as far as how that's gonna pan out. So I'm pretty excited to see the difference between DVH versus the difference between actual VH. So I'm excited to see how that's gonna work on mobile. But for the most part, right now it looks pretty good. So I'm excited, and it's able to do what I needed to do. It's easy project. This thing is easy. If you guys learned something, great. I'm happy. If you guys didn't, I'm not surprised, you know. But hey, this is what I have so far. So, recap a little bit what you guys may have learned or what you guys may not have learned. Number one, I use pre-pros for my SCSS. A couple things that you guys could have learned, picked up. I guess how to do your divs a little bit. Oh yeah, is this the most semantic HTML way? No, by no means. This is not the most semantic thing, but it did the job. It works. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied that I have Linktree that I don't have to pay. Do people pay for Linktree? Leave in the comments below. Do people pay for Linktree? I don't know if that's a paid service or not. But hey, we don't have to pay for it. So if you're a developer, make your own Linktree. Like, come on, why not? You know, it's another project that you can put in your books. But so far it works pretty good though. Like I said, I do have a max width of 240 some odd pixels, so this thing is going to stay in the middle regardless. If it gets smaller, we have that padding of 24 pixels on the ends, so that's perfect. It's doing exactly what we wanted to do. It has these projects. It has that ease in, ease out with that 0.2 seconds. So we made it. I have the Gessian Poster project on there. I could put, for example, on my portfolio, I could put all these projects on there if I want, but it's mostly small game. But I could put the memory project up there too, like this one right here. Mostly I want to put small game. I just want to put small things where people can play it, and because I know I have very robust applications and that are pretty cool, but I want like little small things that I made that just make my life a little bit easier to put on there. Like, I guess I could put games, but then again, like if I make like an app calculator, which I've done before, if I make like an app calculator, I want to put it on there, or like a BMI counter, I want to put it on there, because these are like useful things that I can use every day. So that's pretty cool. Now at this point, I'm just rambling. I don't know what else to go from here. I don't know what to do, an outro or something like that, you know, but anybody who's watching, I'm thankful that I can get myself out there. Now I'm going to work on my client's project, which is pretty cool, but but like I said, this is an easy application. This is an easy application. That's the way I did it. I'm glad I was able to follow the Figma pretty well. I'm glad I was able to put my spin on things. So let me see here. Live server. Make sure my live server is open and make sure it's ready to go. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to put my spin on things. So now what I have to do is deploy this thing. It's ready. It's up. It's ready to go. I'm pretty stoked on it. So, and I'm really ready to share my inspiration to the world. Now, do these colors match my brand? I think that's a conversation for another day, for sure. Honestly, if you guys are designers, leave it in the comments. You know, there is somebody who I can hit up. That I met not too long ago. I'll ask her about it because I trust her opinion very well. So I'm gonna see if I can include her into my design processes, because that's just another thing we could talk about, I guess, you know. And I'm also fascinated with her design skills. So I would be pretty stoked to get. We'll just name her Dolores for now. I would be pretty stoked to get Dolores's kind of a name as Dolores. I don't know. I don't want to mention her real name here, but I would be pretty stoked to get Dolores's feedback, because that'd be something that we can like bond over as well. You know, create a bonding moment between myself and Dolores, and you just never know what can happen with that. But I'm gonna ask Miss Dolores. Hey, Dolores, what do you think? I just made this. What color should I add? And stuff like that. You never know. Another bonding experience. God bless her. Anyways, that pretty much wraps up me creating this social links profile. I hope you guys learned something. If not, at least you guys can see me ramble on. God bless you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.